family doesn't pay their taxes for years.
Okay, so we're jumping right into that moment with Teresa Giudice. You might have seen the clip. It kind of blew up.
Oh, yeah. Hard to miss.
Exactly. And it wasn't just, the drama of it. It really says something about celebrity, transparency, all that.
Right. What happens when the questions get uncomfortable?
Okay, let's set the scene then. Teresa Giudice is on WGN News doing a video call.
Right. And before things went sideways, it was pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, she was talking about her 18 years on TV and admitted, some regret. And she was really positive about Next Gen NYC, her daughter Gia's show, gushing about the cast.
Right. Seemed proud.
She even said she didn't have a problem with Danielle Staub anymore, and she hoped for another season of Real Housewives. It was all very normal interview chat.
Until it wasn't. And what's fascinating is how fast that tone shifted.
So fast.
Everything's going smoothly, and then one of the WGN hosts just asks point blank, how is it that a family doesn't pay their taxes for years?
Oof. Yeah.
And that question, it just cut right through, didn't it? It sort of exposed that tension we talked about. The audience wants the real reality.
Okay.
And the celebrity has this image, this financial story they tell, and suddenly they clash hard.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting, right? Her reaction.
Instantaneous.
She pauses, looks maybe a bit stunned, and then she goes, whose? What family?
Like she genuinely didn't know who he meant.
Yeah. And the host pushes back, clarifies, your family. She just says, okay, I'm hanging up. Let's just hang up. That's it. Click. Gone.
Wow.
How is it that a family doesn't pay their taxes for years?
What family are you talking about?
Your family. Is that what the fraud charges were?
Okay, I'm hanging up. This is just hang up. That's it.
It's one of those moments you kind of watch through your fingers, But it really does open up this whole thing about the unspoken rules. What happens when reality gets too real?
And, connecting this outwards, the host's reactions after she hung up are also really telling.
Right. What did they say?
The interviewer basically just went, wow, she didn't like that question. Pretty obvious, I guess.
Yeah, understatement.
And then his co-host immediately jumps in to remind everyone, the context, that Teresa did go to jail.
Right, for 11 months.
And that she and her current husband, Luis Reles, are apparently facing tax charges again. Something about $3 million in tax liens.
Ouch. Okay.
Next, we have about one of the most iconic moments in reality TV history as Teresa Giudice finally reveals what truly led to her infamous table flip.
Oh, the table flip. A legendary moment in the reality TV Hall of Fame.
Truly iconic. From The Real Housewives of New Jersey's very first season finale, June 2009. And now Teresa Giudice is giving us the inside scoop, the real trigger.
Yeah, she talked about it recently on her daughter Giudice's podcast. Teresa, who's 53 now, explained that it wasn't just one thing. It was Danielle Staub, who's 62, insulting me a little bit, throwing little jabs. It illuminates that it was a buildup.
A slow burn before the explosion. And the context was Danielle pushing everyone about that book, Cop Without a Badge, right?
Exactly. Danielle was demanding Teresa pay attention while grilling the cast about the book. But the specific thing that finally set Teresa off, the final straw.
What was it?
It was when Danielle turned to Teresa's then husband, Joe Giudice, and said, don't speak to me like you speak to your wife.
That crossed a line for Teresa.
Big time. Teresa described her own process. I take it, and then when I don't take it anymore, I explode. That insight really helps explain the sheer volcanic force of that moment. It wasn't calculated. It was breaking point.
And explode she did, leading to that unforgettable outburst. Prostitution whore, you were f***ing engaged 19 times.
An instantly quotable, defining moment for the franchise, maybe for all of reality TV. And what's fascinating is thinking about how their relationship evolved later.
Right. They actually made up after Teresa's prison sentence, didn't they?
They did. And Teresa even gave Danielle high praise later, calling her made for it, TV gold, someone who just put it all out there, literally.
So respect for her reality TV skills, maybe.
Seems like it. But that reconciliation didn't last forever. Teresa clarified their current status, no longer in touch. She said she's not opening that can again. That door is closed. Even though Danielle apparently reached out on New Year's.
Some things you just can't come back from, I guess.